Welcome. Please sit to begin practice, and you may, of course, cushion or elevate or alternative means of sitting. Except the way you cross your legs, the way you come down. First project, creating peace in the body. So let's do a creating the peace with the seat, unless you really just want to sit, that's okay. But this is getting started, little ankle movement, little boat pose. Good for the feet. Close your knee. External rotation of the hips. You might just tighten up your seated pose a little bit by doing it this way too. So we're breaking it down. Interlace wide thumbs. Unshakable courage gesture as we support that leg, strong arms. This boat pose is a supported one. It's nice to enjoy the shape with support. Knee, hip. So the knee and the foot also rotate internally. We're guiding our heels towards our navel center in this pose. And just be at peace with where that is for you. A gratitude moment, hands on the legs comfortably. A little downward energy with your hands. Feel where you touch the ground. Beginning to create a rhythmic breath through your nose, gentle sound. Softening your vision, your focus, your eyes, downward centered. Sometimes internal, keep it downward centered internally or externally. One more time, breathing out. Little press with your hands down into your legs. Reach up your arms, inhale, spread your fingers. Gentle reach, but with some energy. Exhale, squeeze and pull, elbows down, shoulder blades together. 4 more times. Move with your breath. Openness and strength. Twice more. Exhales down into the low belly if you're not already doing a little engagement there to support this reaching and upward arms. Fingertips to the center of your forehead, sitting tall. Press in gently and drag your fingers out towards your ears and down your jaws. Just moving that fascia under the forehead a little bit. Sweet jaw, hands rest into your heart with a little lift of the thumbs. Feel what that does to the back of your body, corresponding place behind you as you lift gently the front. Bring down your chin to lengthen your neck, your shoulders drawing down your body, into your body and down your back. Creating peace in your breath. One more time. Inhale, lift your chin. Release your right ear towards your right shoulder. Maybe your your right hand would like to come rest on that shoulder area. Fingers around to the back and give a little squeeze or just a little weight. Working with the idea of peace today and non-harming. Cultivating peace. Releasing tension. One more breath, maybe a little squeeze of the trapezius there behind your shoulder, and ease that side to a release, the other ear towards the shoulder. So Right shoulder stays down as you bring your ear towards the left. Bring that hand into that space where your neck and shoulder come together. Resting there, or a little exploration, spine, creating peace. Body and breath. One more time, breathing out. Release. Release your feet and bring your hands back to heart lift pose. Fingers forward. Elbows come in as you spin your shoulders and hands outward. Gaze down your nose if it feels good. Lift the plane of your face. Bring your neck into extension. One more time, press your hands, lift your heart. And exhale, release, pressing forward and upright again. Maybe keep the hands to help you hoist back so your feet stay on your mat for infinity pose. But let's start with the toes back, sitting in Dandasana upright, and then toes point, lean forward. Slide your hands back and forth. Sitting up, you can go back a little bit, challenge your core strength playfully, and then all the way into forwardness, point your toes. 3 more times. Playful. Coming forward and staying for 5 breaths in forward fold patiently, or just warming up your body. Toes point this time. Waking up that back body energy. 1 more breath. Inhale, sitting up, mountain or Dandasana, stack pose. Exhale, down into the belly. And then release, infinity pose, crossing your right ankle over your left, coming over to the left side with finding space for arms to be strong and straight, like upward facing dog. Rolling to that side of your leg and hip to any degree. Feet connect and activate. Little gaze back, lateral movement for 1. Remember to keep the exhales coming down into Uddiyana Bandha, that light upward lift in the navel. Mula Bandha as well, the pelvic floor. So we protect our bodies with that internal awareness. Finish your breath. Come out, relax and release. Pause. Other side, left ankle over the right, say hello. Prepare for that roll towards your right side of your leg and hip. Find your arm position. A little gaze back towards the back of your mat, back of your space. The side eyes, Parsvajushi. 3, just the right amount. Pay attention. And roll yourself back to center. Find your way to your feet. Maybe use hands-free methods if you'd like to explore that. Whatever is going to feel good. That means we can't do bear pose if we don't use our hands. Alright. Breathe out. Find a stance at the top section of your mat. Tadasana, mountain pose. Aligned and relaxed. Grounded. Open-hearted. Easy energy flow in your body. 4, 1 more breath, Tadasana. There's an expression that it's all mountain pose. So this one's important. Classical sun salutations. Inhale, cross your thumbs, fingers wide. Up and gently back, exhale. Pelvis comes under, forward fold slowly. Breathe out. Step your right leg back to Anjaneyasana. Mindful here, take your time, just breathe freely. The low lunge with the little coming forward with the knee towards the toes. Pay attention to that back set of hip flexors. Ground your feet. Let's do the hand stack this one. Find your shoulder alignment so your neck is long and relaxed. Hands help ground the pose. One more breath. Exhale. Navel gently in. That protects you as you transition the leg back. Or knees, chest, and chin, which is called it's called 8-limb pose. 8 limbs, Ashtanga pose. Knees, chest, chin. Okay, work out your proportions and join me for my continued exploration of this shape. Just reaching your chest and chin down, elbows bend. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press your arms straight. Come into the up dog from your knees. Carefully inhale. And a single breath to downward facing dog. So go ahead and refine hands, then lift your knees and step in. Breathe out. Right leg forward on Anjaneyasana for 5 breaths. Rise. Pay attention. Arrange. Hold steady for 1, 2. So in order to practice non-harming of ourselves, we must pay attention. We must not wander too far with our awareness. One more time, breathing out. Standing forward fold, breathe in to come forward, breathe out, forward fold. Cross your thumbs as you stand, inhaling up. Exhale a little bit back, belly forward, gaze down. And then inhale and exhale to complete that side. Starting with the other leg, so one more like that. Inhale up and back. More traditional for Hatha Yoga than the other ones. Forward fold, breathe out. No half lift. Left leg back first this time. Anjaneyasana. Find your forwardness to your own degree. Arms up, traditional shape. Into that back bending position again. So back bending principles. Pelvis forward, ribcage lifts all around. Gaze down your nose. One more time. Breathe deeply. So it's your head that's supposed to come last. So bring your pelvis under and that'll bring your ribs and then your head. Knees, chest, and chin. 5 breaths. 1. You can lift your feet off the floor if you want to. To my side version of my awkwardness. Open hands, determination. Inhale comes, release to upward facing dog. Exhale comes, release to downward facing dog. And then the left foot comes forward for Anjaneyasana on the second side. Make your way in. Upward reach, going back, gazing down, shoulders down. Working deeply without causing any harm. One more time, energizing here. These back bends. Releasing, coming out. Step forward, fold forward, just breathe as you wish. Stand up, cross thumbs. Exhale, go back. Pelvis first, then ribs, and then head, and release. How does it feel? We are infusing movement with mindfulness. Stepping back, Ashtha Chandrasana. That is the high lunge. Step back with your right leg. Concentrate. So we might have developed our warrior A position so much that we have to really focus on this, maybe. Take a moment, find your balance, find your center with your hands. Lower your back knee towards the floor 5 times. 1, 2, both knees bend. 3, 4, and 5. The release is the kick forward. So we come out like we're coming to warrior C, shift into the front leg, kick it out, open mouth, and release. Exhale, ground into your belly. Concentrate, find a steady gaze, step back. Bend your knees, lowering the back knee towards the floor for 1, 2, 3, 4, last 1. Kick it out. Let be. Now to warrior A. Step back and bend out your front knee with the back heel angled, ribcage towards the front. Let's practice the peaceful, the humble one today where we hold the arms behind. So hold your opposite arm with your hands comfortably or do the interlace, squeezing the shoulder blades. Bow forward. You can even rest your chest on that leg. Just bow to the inside of your leg. Maybe lift your arms away. Where can you relax? Where's softness possible? Really loads the front leg, strengthening that hip. Press that foot one more time. Breathe out. Range of motion found. Inhale energy. Come all the way up. Open up your heart. And release. To the side for B. Work apart your feet a little more. Lunge again. Soft hands towards the sky. Turn your head. Only the amount of effort necessary. Seal your feet to the earth. Exhale, palms down. Inhale. Exhale to side angle pose, extended side angle. Reach out and down. Come to the floor if you would like. Back foot can come in a little closer to help you reach out. Eyes reach out. Shoulders down. Try to create peace in the body in every pose, so the mind is not disturbed. The logical mind is focusing, and it likes focusing, so let it focus, let it have a project. When your inhale comes, breathing mindfully, rise up, work your way to the front section of your mat. Step your way. Virabhadrasana, humble A, step back. Angle the heel forward, torso, bend out your knee. Leave your fingers the opposite way if possible, or hold your arms the opposite way. Bow inside the front leg. Arms away from the back without harming your shoulders, so the shoulder blades squeeze. Shoulders, joints, relax. Soften your shoulders. 2. Really press that front foot. One more time, breathe out. Determined inhale, come out of the shape. Don't overdo this stretch of the chest. A little tiny forwardness in your shoulders. Just let it feel nice. Release to B, turning to the side. Palms up today. Head forward. Feel how this position softens the pose a bit. Representing sending our energy where we want it to go, that we have choices about that. And stand, breathe out. Uttita Parsvakonasana. Bring in that back foot a little bit and then lean and reach. Gaze out. Try not to strain your neck. One more time. Exhale. Inhale up. And exhale, wide parallel feet. Inhale, tall spine. Ground the roots of your big toes unseen. Guide your pelvis into a forward tilt. Maybe your knees bend for that to happen. Keep going forward. Come down. Placing your hands on the floor. Fingertips or fists is fine too. Follow up the low belly. Let the pelvic floor muscles draw in and up like a small flame into the torso. Chaturanga arms. Elbows hug in, hands spin out. One more breath. Prasarita Padottanasana A. To come up, inhale halfway. Exhale there, reinforce the belly strength. Now inhale, press off. And exhale, complete. Pivot your front heel to the front of your mat. So you can come into triangle pose, extending out. Peaceful breathing. The breathing helps you know when you're in a good place with the pose. Inhale, come up. Sometimes we're working really hard and our breath gets a little raggedy, and that's okay, but it just lets us know that we're working hard. Try not to overwork. Strong, steady breathing. One more time. Feel the breath come down into the belly. Keep that awareness as you stand up. Top of your mat, please. Step, step. Parsvottanasana to finish this part of our standing practice. That's the arms behind pose. So just thumbs down and back. Tuck your arms behind. You don't have to reach back. Just work them up. Let's work on the arms first. So come together in some way. Start low. Knuckles, fingertips, palms. Then, if it feels okay, you may come up your back, the center of your spine. This pose develops over time. I've heard some great stories. So don't give up, but be mindful and just know yourself. Okay, right leg stepping back. Stay facing to the front, find your balance. Inhale, gaze to the sky, lift your gaze. Exhale, Parsvottanasana, side stretching pose. Big toe or shin gaze. Elbows gently lift towards the sky. One more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Changing legs. Reset your arms and hands, chest. As you find your feet, breathe in. Breathe out, slow breathing, slow breathing. Lengthen forward, maybe stay, continue the bow as it works for your body. Coming into the pose, the toes might grip. Once you're here, let your feet spread and press. Standing poses are grounding poses. One more time. Long spine. Strong legs, so there's a moment of determination here as you press and firm and rise and release. Some infinities with your wrists. Carefully move slowly out of that hold that we were just in. Close your hands a bit and continue that figure 8 shaping with your wrists. And just let your hands have a little free movement, wrists. And pause. Let them be still. Let them go Shavasana on you for a moment. Let them soften. Feel their energy, their outsized energy for what they, the size of them. So much feedback, so much prana. So one of the poses we're doing later, this extended foot pose is a recommended preparation. So balancing on one leg, we'll be playful. Let's just start with the list over into the right leg, like you're sliding the piece of paper under your left. Just activating the muscles on your outer hip. You might start to feel that activation. Maybe it takes a while, depends, it's okay. Come on down, don't have to feel anything, it's just your body. But you might notice some activation there as you lift your other foot off the ground. Let's create stability around your hips. Part of their happiness is being strong. Exhale, come on down. Shifting back into the right leg. Bring your left toes to the floor. Maybe float up your knee towards the sky. So you can work here catching your shin, or come inside and catch your big toe. If you want to extend your leg out, you can, or just balance like this, one of these ways. It's not too late to go to a wall. I'll start by a 5 count. Just do your best. If you do extend out, be mindful. I've practiced this one for a long time. And 5, considering a lateral movement. So you can do this with your knee bent, just bring it out to the side. Maybe the big toe catch to the side. It's kind of like tree, maybe extending out. Okay, just do your best. Turns the other way if possible. Hand on your waist helps you remain strong. To recognize that strength and use it. Back to center. Nice. Exhale, fold in. We'll do the whole little sequence, and then the release. Just come on down. Feel the energy in your legs. Balancing it out by doing the other side. Spin around if you need to have your wall for support here. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, extended hand, big toe pose. Gotta start somewhere, toes in the ground. Asymmetrical, lift the knee. Shin hold. You can stay with that and move to the side, etc. Big toe hold. Knee bent or straight, or anywhere in between. For 1, 2, try something. 1 more time. Your concentration must be absolute. To the side, work with yourself here, head turning, no harming. Do your best. Exhale, return to center. Little bow in if you are catching your toe, or just bow towards your knee. Release and lower your leg. Breathe out. Let me know if we need to practice that more regularly. Standing forward fold. Inhale. Press up, reach up. Little side bend. Little side bend. One more reach. Remember this when you get up from your desk or out of the car. You can do an upward reach to bring some energy. Then let your knees bend, tilt, forward fold. Come on in. Yogi's choice. What's your hold? What's your favorite? The big toe catch is one of the options. Elbows going wide. The belly nestles up. 2, 3, jaw relaxed. Exhale for 4, lengthening your spine on your exhales. One more time, inhale. Make space for your breath, come up slightly, come away from your legs. Exhale, reach your head down towards the ground. Feel complete. Step back your left leg to low lunge and rise. Playing with horse pose, which is low lunge with eagle arms, something like that, but it has a different leg variation. So call this horse preparation. Left elbow underneath your right, shoulder hug, tuck your chin, find your balance. You can keep the shoulder hug or fingers towards the sky, back of the hands, or keep wrapping and the hands come together. Breathing peace, mindful of shoulder blades, unarmed, ahimsa. Time. Exhale slowly, bring on your elbows and release. Changing sides. The right elbow underneath, shoulder hug, chin tuck, deep breath, find your balance. Teaching your feet. Garudasana. Downward center gaze. One more time, hip stability. Exhaling deeply. And then let go. And let's dolphin forearm to the belly. Ground your forearms, hands together or flat. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, bow down between your elbows. 5, 4, reach your heels towards the ground. Find Uddiyana Bandha. One more time. That's the uplift in the belly. It's such a great pose to work on it, to really feel it. And we can have that engagement. Step your feet back one at a time. Lower your pelvis. Head comes up. 2. Pull your elbows and toes towards each other. Don't harm. Knees can be down. Hips could be high. One more breath. Lower your belly. Release your feet and legs. Arms come out comfortably overhead. Turn your right cheek to the floor or your hands. Let your heels roll out. Little tiny back bend. Pelvis forward. Ribs lift. Just rest. Let it be. And then turn your head to the other side. Maybe you switch the stack of your hands. Check in, make sure you're just relaxing, that there's a natural forward pelvis. Gravity. Maybe some peace in your brain and be observed as you work on the other piece of breath and body. Slowly, one more time, breathe. Navel towards the side. Return to center, coming to child's pose. So you could back out through the forearms, or just do the hands by the chest, rest to child's pose. So if you want, pop up to forearm, walk into dolphin, and then bring down your knees. Balasana, yogi's choice, knees close or wide, arms where they feel good. Deep breathing. So curious about the breath. How is the breath moving in this shape? Notice how it will find its way. One more time. Grounding exhale. Then coming to sit down with an optional flow through. We didn't do, anyway, option to flow through the upward and downward dog shapes on your way. Come through and sit down. Looking at eight angle pose a bit today. So we'll look at little baby grasshopper. So that's a nice cut for it, and maybe do a prone version. So let's begin. Dandasana. Seated staff pose. Centering. Concentrating. Cultivating contentment by being honest with ourselves and not harming. And relax. Richiasana, Richi's pose. A, bring your right leg and bend your knee. Bring it close to your body as it will come, and a little bit out to the side, a little wider than your hip. So there's a hand space in between your leg and foot. Sit up tall, stay, or come on the inside with both of your arms. So come inside and get low, stay. Last option is to wrap your shoulders, do an internal shoulder rotation on both arms, and wrap your leg. Keep lengthening your head forward wherever you are, unless you're lengthening towards the sky, holding your chin. 2. Keep the breath coming. 1 more time. And release. Changing sides. You can do a little float and then switch if you would like. Use your hands to resettle your seat. 1, 2, 3. Be where you are today with this. We're not super warm, so be aware of your shoulders, especially low back. Lengthening the low back here in this forward fold. Calming the nervous system. Those toes draw back a bit on the extended leg. 1 more time. And it's okay for your knee to go out to the side. You can figure out a way to make this work for your body. And come up with a little slowness. And release. Relax your feet. Looking at C. So we do that. Come back to the first side, bringing in your knee. This one is a twist towards that bent knee. Use your arms for support. They create the rotation. One hand can come behind you or wrap behind your waist. Activate your extended leg. For 1. Breathing in seated twists reminds us that we can breathe in difficult situations. 4. And 5. Let that be. From here, take that bent leg foot across, coming to the baby grasshopper where we have a chaturanga arms, the spinning outward hands, elbows hugging in. Roll towards your belly, towards your chest, and you can use your feet, turning your that bent knee, set of toes forward. We want to use all 4 limbs to maybe lift up our hips. So we're doing a little physics. We're going to need to go forward, use strong arms, and press all 4 limbs. You can just stay and practice on the seat or try coming up for 1, 2, there's some finesse. 3, determination. Strong breathing. 1 more time. And release down with care. And just have a free moment. Maybe an easy lie back or forward fold. Coming back. Marichi C, the twisty one. Sit up tall, activate the extended leg and foot. This is part of your foundation here. Sit up tall, hand behind or wrapping your waist. The other arm supports your hip. Twist, breathe. Include your neck. One more time. Exhale comes, release back to center. Baby grasshopper. Then relax your extended leg out. Step across, turn the toes toward that side a bit because that's where we're headed with our hands and arms. Shift yourself around, find your power position. So hugging the elbows in, this action of pulling in, spinning hands out, index fingers strong, head forward, maybe lift up. We have to play around, find that power position. Use both feet. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Carefully coming down, and bringing your feet in together into Baddha Konasana. Your choice of distance here, just diffusing some of that energy, calm. Your own happy expression of this pose in the moment, wherever that is. Staying for 8 breaths, so 3 more slow breaths. One more time, breathe out. Come up. It's so nice to let your arms help your legs out of that shape, just to slow and ease that transition, bringing your knees together. Just trying to make sure I remember everything that I have ideas for today. Bring your both knees over to the left side of your mat and restack them or disarrange them. We're going to do a belly down twist. Anybody in the sun right now? So sometimes we do this with a bolster. We don't have bolsters. So we're just going to use chaturanga arms to lower ourselves. So turn comfortably, let your belly turn, hug your elbows in, and reach yourself down towards the ground. I'll turn side so you can see. Twist to your own degree. Really customize. This is deep twisting, but you can do exactly the right amount for your body. Straighten your arms and come slowly out. Do a little bit of a lean back. One more time. And release. Changing sides. Stacking knees to the right. You shift your hips over to the left of your mat. And they can be in a stack or just arranged comfortably next to each other. Okay, so this rotation, exploration, you don't have to go all the way to the back of your mat. So that's too far for me on this side. So I'm just going to stop where this twist feels good and then explore coming out. So belly down twist to your own degree. Spread your hands, elbows in, giving yourself support. Ground your index fingers, one more breath. Press your hands, come up. One hand behind, and then that back arm coming up and back to your own degree. Downward gaze. One more time. Slow release. And returning to center, wide legs, easy lean back, hands spread. some gentle uplift in your heart. Create peace in your body. Create peace in your breath. Peace in your mind. And for the last quarter of practice, to the back of our bodies. So get anything you might need and lie down. Maybe legs straight. Lie down. Sagata Mudra. Flex your feet like you're in mountain pose. This is lying in mountain pose. Ground your hands beside you. Breathing in. Exhale, create the pool in the belly. This is the pool pose. Grounding the low belly. 2. One more time, slowly inhale, expand your ribs. Nice long neck. Exhale, strongly grounding into your low body. Lifting your legs straight if you know this is not going to irritate. If not, you should bend your knees and bring them one at a time. But you can use the pool and your arms to help lift up your legs. So just do your best with that. Keep working on it. Big toes together, heels a little separate. Maybe lifting up to shoulder stand. So you can do an Ardha Salamba Sarvangasana, half shoulder stand where your elbows are bent. Hips are off the ground, but not too high. Head centered. One more time, breathe deeply. Whole body supported posture. Bringing your legs towards your head. Release your arms to the ground. Halasana plow pose. Grounding the upper back. Toes point. Arms create stability. 3. And then an upside down forward fold. 4. And 5. Try to engage your pool to lower down with control. Bring your knees to your chest. Lying pigeon, also known as figure 4 pose. Outer hip stretching with your left knee bending. Customized for this side of your body, so the foot could be down. You can also just guide your knee towards the center of your chest, like the other pigeon. Okay, make a choice. 5 slow breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ahimsa, not harming. So the coming out, everything should feel okay. Let's try that octopus pose with the arms and legs in the air with free movement for a moment. Imagine you had 4 more limbs, I suppose. Resting pigeon, second side. Where would you like to be? Figure 4. Have some expression, maybe the knee towards the center of the chest. The other leg can stretch out. So we have control with our arms here. Precise control over where we hold this pose. Keep it in a positive place. Meeting your body where it is not only compassionate, but also prevents harm. Creates peacefulness because we're cultivating acceptance of the way things are. Loving awareness. Last one. Releasing that side for that free movement, octopus pose on the back of your body, the limbs in the air. A little swimmy. And then come into Ananda Balasana, the blissful baby pose with the wide knees, exploring hips and low back. And let that feel complete. Coming to sitting. If you'd like, cross your shins, cross your ankles, hold your shins, and rock up. Come back to your seated pose of choice if you want to do the tuck in the toes behind the calves or sit in your sukhasana if your toes get cold. During practice, you can wear your socks at this point. Okay, practicing the new mudra with me. This is called the Shanti mudra. It's the peace gesture, the whole body. So it's a breath and prana practice. Increasing peace by deepening our breathing. Rest your hands in your lap. Inhale. Exhale, pelvic floor, navel, and shin. Mahabandha, the great bandha where we engage all three of the bandhas, breathing out. Slowly inhale, release them, and lift your chin, hands to your belly, to your heart. Breathe in a little more to your forehead. A little more, reach out your arms to the crown chakra, that above the head. And exhale, tuck chin, lift the pelvic floor, rest your hands in your lap. Inhale, start to sit up, hands belly, heart, forehead, sky. Exhale. And that last one, breathe freely if you need another breath. Maybe take a moment to create that hollowing in the belly. So we're sealing our energy on the torso. Exhale one more time. Slowly and deeply. We need a long inhale to follow. Inhale, belly, heart, forehead, sky, and relax. Shanti mudra. Peace. Shavasana. Flow through if you like, or just lie down. This can actually feel pretty nice to finish, to reactivate. Just check in with your body before resting. Come through, lie down. Create peace in your resting pose by giving yourself supports and comfort with the blankets, pillows, eye coverings, all that. Arrange the back of your body upon the ground so that your spine is centered, tucking in with the back of your skull. It can be nice here to take your hands and interlace, lift up your skull and gently try to traction it away from the rest of your spine. Just lift and lengthen a little bit with your hands. Feel those bones in your hands. Lengthening your neck. And then carefully release your head to the ground, your skull. So your forehead feels a little higher than your chin. Press your elbows to resettle your shoulder blades, releasing the arms, shoulders to thumbs, soft. If you need to, reset your lower back and your seat, letting the legs fall away, a foot's distance between them at least, rolling to the sides, letting everything fall open here. We tend to be so forward in our shoulders that they try to stay off the ground here, but invite them to go back, to let your front body be open. And take away any effort in that direction. Just let it be. And some awareness here in your low belly as you relax any holding of the bandhas. The belly can move with the breath moving down lower in the body, calming. Bringing peacefulness to the center. Let your breath be relaxed and natural, still supportive. Rest your drishti, close your eyes. Maybe let them rest internally at the space in the center of the eyebrows, feeling that calming point. Softening the brain. Swallow so that your throat feels soft and open. You might lift your chin a bit. Just give a little space. You can speak your truth today. Informed by your heart below and your head above. Again, weave your fingers and bring them behind your skull, just letting your head rest back into your hands, elbows wide, gently brightening your energy. Maybe the legs would like to do something similar, bringing in the feet. You can lift up and reset and lengthen your low back, then let your knees come out. Gently energizing with a little back bend here. A little extension of the spine. One more time, breathe deeply. Coming over to one side or the other. Coming to sit. Sitting with the peace that you have cultivated. Let it settle. Notice the settling of the breath down into the pelvis. Letting the water settle so the moon and the stars may be reflected. in our being. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace. Gratitude. Thank you for joining me and inspiring me. Starting a new day and a new week with some new things. The peace mudra. Let me know if you'd like to further develop any of those